adventure time. Come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. Take the dog and Finn the human, the fun will never end, it's adventure time. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing DIY stamps with an adventure time theme. Yay! So Adventure Time is one of my favorite cartoons, and in today's video I will be creating stamps for different characters of Adventure Time. If you guys are looking for really good and complete art supply store, I suggest Artland because these are... Nah, lokasi Artland itu ada di beberapa tempat. Ada yang di Menteng, ada yang di MKG. Biasanya aku pergi yang di Menteng, tapi for a change of, scenery and just for something new, I decided to go to Artland yang ada di MKG. Nah, aku ke Artland itu enggak cuma sendiri, tapi aku pergi bersama Dindin. Yeay!
Lama-lama hafal.
This is you ever need. There's face paints too. So for this project, I needed a rubber block. I also need carving tools. I needed kertas kalkir or a tracing paper and ink. But in the end, I didn't really get ink because it was a little bit pricey and I was doing multiple characters that had different colors for each of them. I didn't really want to spend a lot of money on ink, so I decided to use my face paint instead. You guys can use acrylic or whatever paint you have at home instead if you guys don't have any ink. So for the two rubber blocks, it costs 45.000. Untuk cutternya 12.500. The carving tool itu harganya aku beli yang 68.500. Untuk tracing papernya atau kertas kalkirnya itu 12.500. Jadi totalnya 138.500. The characters that I will be doing for this DIY stamp project would be Finn, Jake the dog, Lumpy Space Princess, she is an all-time favorite character of mine, Lemon Grab, also a favorite character for me, and last but not least, Bimo. So before carving out the rubbers, I had to draw on each character on my tracing paper, but before I did draw the characters, I had to trace the size of each rubber block. It's just so that I can figure out how much space do I need for each character on the rubber block. After I drew the characters, I flipped the tracing paper and then I started to rub the tracing paper onto the rubber block just so that my drawings could transfer onto the rubber.
Whoops. I'm a tough tootin' baby, I can punch in your buns. Punch in your buns, I can punch all your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun.
Doing Finn was a fun first experience. I find him a bit hard for a beginner like myself because I had to carve out the face and leave the eyes, and that was hard because I wasn't used to carving for details. Plus, Adventure Time character eyes are pretty small.
Hi, this is Finn. I had some troubles, going with the detail, especially with the eyes, and for the mouth, I'm not really sure anymore because I did try it out here, so this is the failed version. It doesn't look good, so I decided to kind of restart, and this looks much more better, but I really don't know what I'm gonna do with the small detail, guys, so let's just keep trying. So I decided to do Finn off camera. I just really wanted to concentrate and figure out what are the things that I can do to make it look good. I did test it out with my face paint.
Just gotta get some momentum going.
Jake was the next challenge. While carving Jake out, I regret drawing his small teeth. This was also the first stamp where I had to carve out outlines of the face. During the beginning of my DIY stamp journey, I was always confused about what to carve and what not to carve. Should I carve out the details or should I carve out the big areas? I had to visualize how it would look when it is stamped on. Okay, be careful, guys. That was really scary. If my finger was here and that happened, I wouldn't have an index finger right now. Oh god. So I finished Jake. I honestly don't know how it's going to turn out. This was hard. So yeah, let's just pray for the best.
Bye, because
Just admit it, lover boy. You can't resist me. Well, if you want these lumps, you gotta put a ring on it. Where's my ring? My beans! Ah!
The next character was Lumpy Space Princess, one of my all-time favorite characters. Like, her sassiness is something to be desired at times. It's a little bit crazy though, and a little bit ding dong.
By the time I was onto my next stamp, which is Lumpy Space Princess, I was getting used to and getting faster in figuring out what to carve and what not to carve. Other than her teeth, she was an easy character to make. I wanted to make her "my beans" expression because it is such an iconic dialogue from her. I had also found an easier technique in carving by just rotating the rubber around as I carve it.
For the mouth, I decided to carve an outline for it. And yeah, I guess we're done with Lumpy Space Princess. Let's move on to the next character.
unacceptable! Unacceptable! Only one! The end!
Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to Lemongrab Bimo, and I did create a few tiny stars for me to use. These stamps, they take a lot of time. Like, I don't know what time it is now, but one stamp, it can take like 2 hours. So for you guys that create stamps, you know, professionally, props to you guys, because this is like a lot of work. Or maybe because I'm just a newbie, that's why it's taking me a long time. I already did double trace this, so I just need to flip it over. Maybe I wanna redo Finn, but not really, because I'm lazy. I'm a vampire, 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 I have lost my fangs. I feel way more confident by the time I continued onto Lemongrab. I knew how to outline the details and faces, and I knew how to carve out details. I would say that my carving skills are now acceptable.
Who wants to play video games?
Bimo!
This one is called The Worm.
Finally, all the characters are finished! I tested them out immediately and it was just so exciting. Looking at all the stamps, I would say that my favorite would be Lemongrab and Jake. I love how their details show up clearly. Finn has the most sentimental value though because he was my very first stamp. Lumpy and Bimo was definitely a fun ride. And now I'm going to show you guys how they look like in black and in color. With darker colors like black, I think you are able to get more solid shapes and clearer images from your stamps. Whereas on lighter colors, it can be harder to see the details. But I love them both in color or in black. With stamps like these, you can create your very own custom gift wrapping paper. This project is also very useful if you guys have your own personal business. You guys can create your own custom logo stamps and you can use them for your packaging. Or you can also use these stamps on your bullet journal. Overall, it was such a fun project to do. I feel like with each new DIY, I am able to gain a new skill. I already have a new video idea and it's also going to be something new for me to try. Please stay tuned for it. If you would like to support me and watch more of my videos, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell button to be notified whenever I come out with a new video.
So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!